This is Chef Randy at Shades of Green Resort, and I will be interviewing you for my project at school, okay? I'm gonna ask you a few questions and you just can answer them, okay? Okay, so what is your current job title, position, and how long have you been in this role?
I'm the executive chef at the Shades of Green here at Walt Disney World, and I've been doing this here for 10 years.
Okay, and how did you land the position? Please describe your career path to this current job.
All right, many years ago, I started off as a dishwasher, and then I was promoted to a salad maker. When I was doing, then I went to culinary school for 2 years. Did my apprenticeship in Chicago, Illinois, with the Stouffer Corporation. I moved to Florida 37 years ago.
Wow.
And worked with the Renaissance at SeaWorld as a line cook, then as a supervisor, then as a sous chef, then was promoted to executive chef. I did that for 21 years. And then I was offered the job here at Shades of Green. I moved over here 10 years ago and been here since.
Wow, okay. All right, and what do you enjoy most about your job, and what do you find most challenging about your job?
The most challenging part is the employees. And that's basically the most challenging part of any job.
Right.
Here, what do I find?
What do you enjoy?
I enjoy just being able to create, like we have this week for VIPs and for our regular guests. I enjoy training and supervising and teaching the upcoming generation. You know, everybody thinks that you can move from point A to point B or point A to point F and never touch B, C, and D.
Yeah, right.
So, in order to get where we are, you don't learn this in a book. You don't learn this off TV. You learn this by the everyday experience of hands-on. As you can tell, you've been by my office.
Mm-hmm.
I do not spend any time in my office. This is probably the longest time I've spent in my office this entire week. So I don't do the computer. I spend, like I said, all my day is spent in the kitchens. I just got back from Evergreens. I've been in boardrooms this morning. So that's what I enjoy about the job. It's not the administrative part of the job. That's basically what I do for everything.
Yeah, I agree with you. I enjoy that as well. Okay, and how do you see this occupation changing over the next 5 to 10 years?
This is an occupation that isn't going to change with the times. You know, you're not going to come in and you're not going to get any robots to come in and cook these meals for you. I mean, they have these to do with, the fast food, the frozen food. But here, in the hotels in Orlando, I don't see it changing from the scratch cooking. So there won't be a whole lot. The technology on the equipment may change, but you still have to have the staff and the ability to be able to cook. And that's what, so this is one of those occupations where I've been doing it for 30, 40 years almost now. And I'm still doing the same thing I was doing 25 years ago. So you don't change. Your soups aren't going to change if you're from scratch. They have put out, they put out a lot of, you can buy soups made, you can buy, but it gets costly. And then you're not teaching the next generation about cooking. You're teaching them how to open a bag, and to me, that's not cooking.
Right.
So I don't see from my role, and before I retire in the next 10 years or 15, I don't see it changing.
Oh.
The hardest part of changing this is the new generation coming into this business.
Right.
They don't, like I said, they don't want to go through the steps. I've had many guys come out of college and say, I'm a chef, and they're far from being a chef.
Right.
We've worked hard to get where we are, and most of the chefs in the city work very hard to get where they are.
Right. Right. Okay, and what degree did you pursue in college? If you had it to do all over again, would you choose a different degree path?
I did culinary in college, because I got kicked out of high school, and I had no choice. Would I change the career path? I wouldn't change my career. The problem with our career is it's endless hours. You know, you're here 7 days a week,
Right.
sometimes. It's not an 8-hour day job. I hardly ever do an 8-hour day. And
Right.
they're 14 hours, they're plus. If you want to get good at what you do, you have to spend a lot of time doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it involves dedication. Times have changed, but it's still dedication to what you want to do here.
Oh, absolutely.
So, path is just continue what I'm doing. I don't know, there's days I'd like to see something a little easier
Right.
and ask myself why I did this, why I still do this, but there's nothing I'd rather do
Right.
than what I do.
Right. Okay. And do you or your company hire interns? If so, who would I speak with?
We don't do interns
Okay.
because we're a military establishment,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to have, you know, certain credentials to get on here, and it's just the way that it's set up. I'd love to do interns. I've done interns, you know, at the Renaissance and Marriott's and Stofers, but here it's just the policies. We have to meet certain standards. They have to be hired full-time if they're interns. So you know it as well as I do. You know, interns are not
Right.
aren't here.
Right, right, okay. And what advice do you have for students who are interested in pursuing this career?
You're not going to believe this. I've done many cooking classes. I've done many at high schools. I've done many at. This is a career. If you want a family life, or if you want any type of life, this is not one for you. I mean, I've struggled for 30 years or 37 years of my marriage. I've raised 3 daughters that I've never seen. You know, I've seen them, but I don't have the family time. Like I said, this is very dedicated profession if you're going to do to make it up the ladder. What I do is, you know, when I go to schools and stuff and tell that you have to be really dedicated. And if you're not going to be dedicated, don't do this, because you're not going to ever get ahead.
Right.
And you're just wasting my time
Right.
and other people's time if you're not
Right.
really going to do this. I tell them, don't get married. You're going to do this for your first 10 years. It's hard, and it's very hard. And really, you know, and that's about it. It's just you need to be dedicated, and you need to really think about this as a career.
Right.
It's one thing to be a line cook, and you know, have your 8 hours a day and come to work, go home. But you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to be a line cook forever, unless you really want to be dedicated. And to be dedicated, you know, I was very lucky, and I get to do this for a living. And my wife was very supportive. My daughters were very supportive. And now they're saying, Dad, let's have some time.
Right.
But it took 37 years to get where I am.
Wow.
It didn't happen overnight.
Right. So how long do you think it would take, like, for a college student to? I
To
know
get
you
in
said
this?
yes.
It depends on them, you know, if they're dedicated. And first of all, a lot of places around here is very hard to find an apprenticeship. And we used to do an apprenticeship program.
Right.
If you can get into an apprenticeship program, and then you can come and, but you have to be dedicated. And
Right.
That's all it is. And, you know, it takes a while. You know, it'll take you many years. There's a lot of guys that come out there, it's a given talent, and they can move, but it's very
Right.
hard.
Right. Right. See, because I enjoy cooking. You know, I just want to learn like more recipes. I mean, I enjoy exactly what you told me you do. I enjoy doing that as well.
A lot of people enjoy it.
Mhm.
And you know how many times I hear people like you say, I really enjoy cooking, I really enjoy baking. Until
Right.
they get in here and find out it's not cooking and baking like
Yeah.
you've seen at home. And this
Right.
is, we do, for instance, yesterday, we did 250 for breakfast, another 250 for lunch, a VIP upstairs. We did what else did we do yesterday? All the outlets were busy, and we have 7 outlets here. It's not cooking, it's mass production, and it's one thing to enjoy cooking for
Right.
2 at home,
Right.
and to get in here and be sweating
Right.
I guess what I really like about the job the most is the stress of making sure everything's fine. You feed 2 people at home. I feed 500 people a day.
Right.
I have to have all 500 meals right. You know that's the difference between enjoy cooking
Right. Exactly.
and needing to cook for a living.
Right.
So, every day at the Renaissance, I would do 5,000 people. Make 5,000 people happy is your goal, not to make one person happy. So that a lot of people, I hear a lot of people when I'm interviewing, Chef, I really enjoy cooking. Well, what do you cook? Well, I cook a banana cake, bread. I cook this. That's not cooking. That's your everyday life at home.
Right.
Cooking is you made 500 banana breads. You're making,
Right.
30 gallons of soup. You're making
Right.
40 gallons of stock. So that's cook. That's
Right.
cooking in our profession.
Right. Right. Yeah. That doesn't change my mind though, because I like I said, I do enjoy it, and I do a lot of cooking. I do, but I'm single, so I don't have
And
that
that's
problem.
what I'm saying. You have
Yeah.
to be willing to have the time and the want to.
Right.
I got probably 2 cooks here that are willing to learn. I got a staff of 60.
Right.
So that's the difference. You have to find somebody that really wants to come in and be dedicated and
Right.
learn. I don't go begging them. If they don't come to me, I'm not going to them. I'm not going to say, come on, I'm going to teach you. Because I'm wasting my time.
Right.
Either you're going to be interested or you're not going to be interested.
Right.
And if I've taken many cooks who said, oh, chef, I want to be a chef. And I've taken them for a week and they're like, hell no. I'm going back to doing what I do. There's too much here. Shalamar was, she's my administrator. I see her a couple times a week, but she'll tell you how stressful this job is. And she came from, a different area, and,
Right.
and it's, food and beverage is different than any other part of the hotel.
Right.
So until you get into it and really understand it,
Right.
it's one thing to be, like I said at the beginning, to be book smart. This is kind of like being street smart in the colony.
Right. Oh, I see.
So it's a
That
difference.
clears it up right there. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you interviewing with me. This means a lot to me, and we'll see where it goes from here.
All right.
All right. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Good to meet you.
All right.